Well, hello and welcome everyone to today's training. I am Jimena Cortez, CMO of SmartCredit, and I've got with me Steve Reger. He is our VP of Sales, and we have an amazing training for you today. If you've been wondering how you can increase the long-term value of your customers, keep them signed on longer, and increase your residual commissions with SmartCredit without having to add much work to, if any, to what you're doing, then you have come to the right training. So Steve, thank you so much for putting this together for our partners.
Hey, it's my pleasure. And thank you to all of our outstanding partners that are tuning in to leverage their business and the power of SmartCredit and our team.
Perfect. So what don't you tell us before we dive into how we go ahead about doing this? Tell us how you came up with this. This is a really ingenious idea.
So it occurred to me that the typical credit restoration process, as we understand it, and we hear from many of our partners, takes somewhere around 5 months. Sometimes maybe somebody leaves after 3 months, or maybe it takes 6 or 7. But in general, we're somewhere around 5 months on average. And for the credit restoration organization, who then enrolls one of their clients for 5 months into SmartCredit, they are earning a valuable commission residually for those 5 months. But once their client leaves their program and their ecosystem, the CRO then stops earning those commissions. And then number two, their client ends up losing the benefits that they gained with their SmartCredit membership. And so we needed to come up with a way in which we could motivate our partners, the CROs, as well as their clients, to continue to use the power of SmartCredit.
So true. So why don't we just get right into it? And those of you that are live, thank you for joining live, because that means that you get to ask questions. So everybody watching the replay, sorry, can't ask Steve the questions live, but we've got him here right now. Steve's a wealth of knowledge. He's been in the credit industry for 27 years. So he's got a wealth of knowledge of anything you want to know. So I'm going to go ahead and get the training up here, and we can just go right to it. 1 second. Let me share my screen here.
Mm-hmm. And for our partners out there, that have tuned in and listened to our partner spotlights that Jimena does so well, that have been parts of our other training and stuff, right? This is one of the benefits you get as being a member of the SmartCredit family, right? You are family, and we are here to enhance your business, to hold your hand, if you will, share everything we know. There's nothing we know that we're not willing to share with you, and really lift up your business and lift up your clients so you can realize the most success. So thank you again for being a part of this. So let's jump right in, right? We have our credit restoration program, and our credit restoration program is all about what I call restoration to preservation. Okay, you, for those 5 months or whatever it takes, you spend your time and effort restoring your client's credit. And your client has invested a lot of their hard-earned money, and all of that work needs to be protected and preserved. So I liken it to my kids. I've got 7 kids, and 6 of them which have had braces. And so they go through that process of braces. There's the money I spend on it, like somebody spends on the credit restoration. And, after a period of time, their teeth are nice and straight. Well, just like somebody's credit is nice and tidied up, and, they've dealt with some of those issues in the past. Well, I don't want my kids just to throw out that, out the window, right? There's an expectation that they're then going to protect that investment in their teeth. So like my kids would, and other people who invest in straightening their teeth, you too want to invest in protecting if you're one of your clients, protecting that credit that you've, as the CRO, have spent so much time enhancing and beautifying.
And Steve, I really love that analogy because it's so true. So, for example, I've actually had braces twice. And the reason why is because the first time around, I was giving a retainer, but, I was in my teens. So I was like, well, forget this retainer. This thing's ugly. I'm not going to use it. Well, sure enough, my teeth got crooked again. And then I had to have, as an adult, my braces again. So you guys can use that same analogy because it's so perfect, with your clients. Just say, look, if you don't preserve this, if you don't stay on top of your finances and your credit, then it's a lot of people end up back where they are today. And you don't want to have to do this again. You're going to want to, now that you've got your credit to where you want it to be, you're going to want to keep it there. And this is the tool that you need to keep it there, really kind of for the rest of your life. I mean, you're going to need the identity theft insurance, for the rest of your life, because that's very prevalent. And when you have a good credit score, you're definitely a target for thieves. So this is something that's just going to kind of have to need and have ongoing. And so that for you as the partner, you're going to be able to realize, really high commissions over time. If these people don't cancel, things add up month after month after month. And that's what's so great about this program.
That's absolutely true, right? So let's go on to the next slide. And we can talk about, what this graduation program, looks like, for you as a credit restoration organization and how you can implement it, right? When your client completes your restoration program, and I'm calling them graduates, right? They have earned this, right? They've committed the money. They put in the time. They've likely had to supply you with a lot of documentation and other sorts of things, and they partnered with you. Right. And so now they should feel a reward and a benefit. And it's not just the fact that maybe you've lifted up their credit score, but you've likely provided with them a whole host of tips and strategies and solutions for better managing and budgeting their money and all of that sorts of things. So they're graduating, in a sense, from your school of better finances, right? Because you're more than just credit repair. You're about lifting people and their finances up. And so for them, your clients, right, the easy part was the restoration. The real work is the discipline and diligence they need to put in to stay on top of their credit. And that discipline and diligence demands that your client maintain their enrollment in SmartCredit. So, right, let's cut right down to it, right? They don't quit your program and then quit SmartCredit. And when they remain in SmartCredit, we have a win-win-win. There's a win for us here at SmartCredit. There's a win for you. And the commissions that you'll continue to earn, the connections you have still to your clients, and then a win for your clients, and that they're able to better protect their credits. So let's go on to the next slide. So what's in it for you? You are ensuring that your client gets the most out of their investment. Your business is not just about credit repair. When we think of regulators and stuff, if all you are doing is promoting a business where you're saying, I can delete the negative information off of your credit report, if that's the lead headline that you publish about what your business is, it may get people in the door, but that reeks of credit repair, right? You are about financial well-being. You are about lifting up your clients and their finances, of which the credit restoration is a piece of it. And when you do things like this, the graduation program and the protection, right, that further solidifies that message that you are more than just, quote, credit repair. You will continue to earn a residual commission so long as your client is enrolled in SmartCredit. So do you want to earn money beyond that 5 months or whatever it is on average? Of course. So keep them enrolled. You will then keep your client connected to your business in the event that they ever need your future services. If they stop with SmartCredit and they just move on, like, hey, thank you for what you've done, they then may lose contact with you, right? A connected client is more likely to refer new clients to you. So if you can keep them within your purview or your ecosystem, right, it's more likely they're going to then send you new clients, which of course is good for your business. And then finally, you will continue to receive alerts about key elements of your client's credit activity if you're one of our co-brand partners, right? So you are already today receiving alerts when their score shifts positively. You're receiving alerts when there's certain types of inquiries on their credit reports. So long as they remain in SmartCredit, you will have that nexus or that connection to them. And although they may have graduated from your program, if 3 months down the road, you now see a new negative item pops up on their credit report, you can be proactive in responding to them about how you can help them deal with that one-off situation. All right, Jimena, so let's talk about what's in it for their clients, right? What do the end users of SmartCredit, the consumers, get out of this? Well, SmartCredit will help them preserve their credit improvement, right? We've talked about that. SmartCredit is more than just traditional credit reports. So if all they want is credit report and monitoring, there are other places they can get that. Some people might say, well, I can just use Credit Karma, and that's enough, right, for that sort of basic monitoring. Well, SmartCredit, as you know, is a whole lot more than that. So as we continue on, right, they will continue to get the Money Manager component, right? And Money Manager is a really underutilized feature within SmartCredit. This is where your clients can connect all of their accounts, their online banking, right? And they can upload all of those transactions, and then they continue to update day after day after day, which is critically important for people maintaining a healthy budget, right? We talked about a few minutes ago the importance of a client's financial well-being and how you preach budgeting and smart spending habits, right? Money Manager is a rock or a foundation that helps them with that process. So get your clients into Money Manager, and they need to stay in SmartCredit to stay there so they can really be the best they can be when it comes to their budget.
Yeah, and Steve, I really love Money Manager because I've set up my alerts, and I've got like a certain threshold, so I get text messages and emails if there's a charge, over a certain amount, and I really like that because then that also helps you monitor fraud on your credit cards. I think in the past, 5 years, my credit cards have been stolen at least 3 or 4 times, and I didn't find out about it until much later. Well, not much later, but it was like a few days or a week, and because I would log in and be like, hey, what's this charge? Like, I don't remember this. And sometimes it's taken me like a month to figure out that there was some charges there that were not mine. And so with this, I know right away, like, hey, if something happened, I can take action immediately and not let it go on versus, having a bigger problem later.
Right. Dan, thank you for bringing that up. I mean, that's really important. We like to say with SmartCredit, you get 360-degree fraud protection. Services like LifeLock, they are only essentially helping you in the event that something's already happened. If you're using, say, Credit Karma or other credit monitoring services, that only gets you, to partial protection, because while they're monitoring for new inquiries on your credit report or evidences of a true identity theft where somebody's stolen your identity to apply for credit, none of it monitors for any of the transactional level fraud that happens with account takeover. Somebody steals your credit card and whatnot. But with Money Manager, and when you upload all of those transactions, you can monitor them and be alerted if there are certain types of your unusual spending patterns in your checking, savings, credit cards, whatever. And then you can take action with those too. So 360-degree fraud protection with Money Manager.
Yeah, and I also really like that because I can connect all my banking, credit cards, and financial accounts. I really can get, a picture of my finances all in one place, so I can see my net worth with everything added in together. So it's a really cool way to have a full picture of your finances, all in one place, a place that does, so many more things. Like usually, this is how you have to explain it to your clients. Like you have to use 4 different services. To get all of this, you'd have to have Mint, you'd have to have ID lock, you'd have to have Credit Karma. So you have to be using all these things just to do what SmartCredit can do all in one.
That's right. That's right. So your clients are going to get our action buttons. Now, some of our clients love our action buttons, and truth be told, some of our partners, some of our partners aren't the biggest fans of action buttons, in that as you are performing your own credit restoration, you don't want your clients to also be communicating with the creditors appearing on their credit report. And fair enough, right? We get that. That totally makes sense. And for many of you, you want to disable the action buttons for your active clients in your credit restoration program. But once they graduate and they're more on their own, these action buttons are a huge benefit if there are little one-off things that creep up that they need to deal with. Or maybe they are looking at the transactions on a credit card and they see a charge is not theirs. They just click a button and they can dispute that charge with their credit card issuer. Or if there's a late payment that now shows up on their one of the trade lines reported from the credit bureaus, then they can quickly then lodge a dispute with the source of that data about the 30-day late payment. So they can either come back to you if you want, or they can leverage the DIY power of our action buttons. And then the $1 million in family-based fraud insurance we have might be just worth the price in of itself, right? Where else can you get $1 million in insurance for more than, a couple of cups of coffee per month, right? So if nothing else, people should remain enrolled just for that. And
hey,
again,
Steve, aren't we the only ones that cover the whole household?
That is so true. Yes. So you go to any of these other services, all they do, even if they offer $1 million, is cover you, the actual member of the product or service. And oftentimes they only cover fraud that has been discovered or occurred, occurred after somebody enrolled in the identity theft insurance, right? With our family-based insurance plan, the kids are covered because we know child identity theft is the fastest growing type of identity theft is child identity theft. But, the husband or the wife or spouse, the grandmother or grandfather, if they're living in the household, they're all covered. And then on top of that, it covers pre-existing fraud that had occurred that you discovered after you're enrolled. So if the fraud happened 3 years ago, but you're just finding out about it today, and you've been enrolled in SmartCredit for a couple of months, then you're covered for the insurance as well. So family-based fraud insurance. And, the last thing I want to point out, after all, a client's good credit now is a bigger target for fraud thieves, right? When they had a credit score that was a 581, the bad guys didn't want to steal it, right? But now that you've helped them work with their credit and it's a 720 or a 760, the fraudsters are going to want it all day long.
Yeah.
Okay, so look at that. We got a second slide here. Well, the last thing we have on here, what's in it for your clients, right? We got to keep it light, and they got to throw me off here once in a while. I love it. So consider offering your clients an insurance policy of sorts. And this is kind of a best practice we're throwing out there. We have talked to some of our partners who are already offering a graduation type program. As an incentive to keep somebody enrolled in SmartCredit, keep them connected to their business, they are willing to say, hey, I will continue to deal with any credit issues that pop up or occur on the credit report, so long as that person remains a member of SmartCredit. So, a year down the road, if that late payment pops up, because that person has been covered and has been part of the insurance, the SmartCredit, and they didn't cancel out of SmartCredit, that CRO is now extending their extending their capabilities free of charge because they remain connected to their program. So something you might want to consider doing there. And it's going to be at a lower monthly cost, as we're going to get to in a moment. Okay, so how is it that you are going to do this and get them into this graduation program? So essentially, all you are doing is you are downgrading your client from a premium plan to a basic plan. So it's really a status change within SmartCredit. So you are co-brand and co-brand plus partners. You can just do this on your own by going into our partner portal support link, and we'll show you a slide on how to do that in a moment. Mm-hmm. Our affiliate partners can call or email our partner support team or have their clients do it online. And again, we'll show you some more information on how to do that. Now, when you have your clients enroll in SmartCredit, almost always you're having them enroll in what we call a premium plan. And it's our premium plan that includes the 3B credit report each month, right? That comes with a cost to us, right? That's built into the fee that your clients are paying for SmartCredit at that premium level. But once they graduate from your program, they really don't need to update their 3 bureau credit report every month. And so as we go on to the next bullet point, you can then downgrade them, right, to our basic plan, which does not include a 3B report. And in turn, your clients are going to be paying less per month. Okay. So typically, for most of our co-brand partners, you have a wholesale cost of $14.95 a month for the premium plan. And so if your client, if you set a retail price of say $24.95, we are paying you out $10 per month. With the basic plan, that wholesale cost goes down to $7.50, right? And then you would in turn be making, if you were to say charge $17.95, they would be making $10.45 per month. So, you know, your client's paying less, but you're still making the same amount of money per month.
That's win-win for everybody.
Payouts. What was that, Jimena?
That's just a win-win for everybody.
Well, it's a win-win for everybody, right? So, you know, your clients are going to pay less and you're still going to make the same amount of money. All right, so how do you downgrade somebody from premium to basic? Well, if you go into support link and, you know, if you have any trouble logging into support link, if you're having certificate challenges, you know, reach out to partner support and they'll hold your hand and get you through all of that. But and Maria just put up our partner support email. Thank you, Maria. And we have on the right-hand side, right, you're going to choose on the left hand, you're going to choose the plan type. And when you then bring up your member, right, to bring up the member, you're going to put in their email address or their last four of their social and their name. You're going to bring them up. And then you're going to click on plan on the left. And then on the right, you're going to see the plan type. And it's going to say premium. And then you're simply going to change that to basic. And then you hit, you know, the submit button there or the update button.
Update plan.
Yep. Yeah, and then that's going to then move them to basic. Now, they're going to your client's going to continue to enjoy the benefits of the premium membership for the entirety of the existing billing cycle. So let's say, you know, we charge their credit card for the premium plan on May 22nd. You then downgraded them to basic today. They will continue to get the premium plan until June 22nd, in which case then it'll be the basic plan and it'll get billed at the basic rate. Okay, we had another slide, right? If you need to contact partner support, you all should probably already know this. And in fact, if you don't, you need to write it on the back of your hand or on your arm, or better yet, just tattoo it somewhere. I think that should be my next tattoo, is the email address for partner support, right? But partner support at consumerdirect.com, or you can call 714-431-0005, and you just push option number 1 because we're number 1, and that will connect you to our fantastic partner support team. You've talked to Jacob, you've talked to Evie, you've talked to Eileen, you've talked to Ashley in the past. You know, there's, who can forget Elaine or Rise Up. So talk to any one of those people, right? And they're going to be there to help you out. And you can just say, hey, I got a client, they've graduated, I want to downgrade them to basic, and voila, with an email or a 10-second phone call, we'll take care of that for you. Okay, now if you want to have your client log in and do it, okay, and we know oftentimes you may choose, or your client may authorize you to take certain actions on their behalf, and if so, this may be helpful as well. But what you're going to want to do is, log in to the account, and then again on the upper right-hand corner, you'll see where it says, is it say member plan type, or does it say plan type? I can't read that.
Membership options.
Membership options. All right, and then you scroll down to the link below that that says what plan type? I can't
it just
read
says.
that.
Oh, well, it just says current plan, and then premium and then basic. You just choose that.
Fair enough. I shouldn't have memorized that. That's my bad. So, but
it's a little blurry. It's okay.
You're going to have access to this presentation, and then you can kind of read through it. But your client can actually log into SmartCredit and choose on their own to downgrade to the basic plan. Or alternatively, if they're having you act sort of as a proxy, you can do that for them that way too. But if you're a co-brand or co-brand plus partner, really the best way to do it is to log into support link, pull them up that way, and then take care of that. That's it's just a really simple way to do that. All right, we got a question. Can I also add this to my staff computer? Really don't know how to do it myself, adding the portal to their computer. Yes, if you have staff in your office and you want to provide them access to support link, you can do that as a co-brand or co-brand plus partner. Just reach out to partner support and they can walk you through exactly how to do that. But really, you can do it in one of two ways. One is we can just install the same digital certificate on that computer, and essentially you share that access to support link. Or if you're a company that might be larger and you say have 4 or 5 employees and you're the owner, we can actually set you up as the owner with admin access, in which you can actually issue login credentials to your employees. But that's really only for the larger companies.
Yep.
Good question.
So I guess we're almost getting towards the end of the presentation. Steve will cover a little bit about what we've got coming up in a few months down the line with offers. And then what I'd like to do, take any questions that we have, and I'm going to show you guys, we're actually going to give you the certificate that you can give to your clients as they graduate. So we're providing this for you. It looks really cool. But if you guys want to make any changes, if you have any feedback, we're always open to feedback, but we'll cover that in just a little bit.
I love it. All right, so on our coming this fall, so we wanted to give you a sneak peek coming this fall. We are going to launch a new credit card and loan offer revenue share program. Okay, so what does this mean? That means that when clients are within SmartCredit, we can choose, it's not mandated, but we can choose to offer in certain scenarios loan offers to your clients. So you will then be able to earn money every time your graduating client is approved for a credit card or loan.
And that's exciting because now they've got great credit. So this is obviously one of the reasons why they're doing this. They want to get approved for these types of things.
That's right. All right, we anticipate that there will be a 40% rev share on commissions paid back to our partners. So we typically, as a company, get paid out between $40 to $450 for any time somebody is approved for a loan or certain types of cards, right? And so you can do the math, and if we pay you back 40% of that, you could be making a couple $100 on certain types of loan offers each time your client applies for and is approved for one of those things. Now, here's what's really important to understand. We have full control over the display of these offers. Of course, you don't want to be displaying these offers to your clients that are currently going through credit restoration, right? That would be just the wrong thing to do. Number one, if their credit is still poor, they're likely not going to be approved, or at least not approved at good rates. But then number two, you don't want the inquiries or other things like that. But once they graduate and they are now, credit, prime or near prime, and, they've, been empowered with the information on how to make responsible borrowing decisions and whatnot, then you can display those offers. So what we can do is we can turn the offers off for your premium users, which would be the ones that are currently in your credit restoration program, and turn on the offers for those that are in the basic plan and have graduated from your program. It's pretty powerful.
Yeah,
we love
it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, so coming this fall, reach out, say, hey, I want to turn on these offers. I want to make more money.
So I'm going to stop sharing the screen here. And then if we have any questions, guys, now is the time to ask them.
Yeah, I see a question here on the basic plan. If a client cannot see their 3B every 30 days, what is the motivation for them to keep the basic plan besides the $1 million in fraud insurance? Well, number two, as I've talked about, the money manager, right? This is a critical component of effective budgeting and understanding where the money is being spent, right? And to keep an eye on all of the transactions that are happening, right? So have them, enroll in the money manager portion of things. The score master portion of SmartCredit is also a powerful tool when they need to interact with the balances on their credit card. Or if they've now gotten to the point where they can pay those balances off in full each month, understanding when they need to pay those individual cards off each month. So that way, it always reports the lowest balance on the credit report. I talked about this in other presentations. That is probably one of the biggest benefits I personally get out of SmartCredit. I pay my balances off in full every month, but that's just a moment in time, right? That one moment in time, that one day out of 30, my balance is $0, or there's always some sort of charge pending, or right around $0. But if that moment in time is 20 days ago, right, and now 20 days later, my balance has gone up dramatically because I charge everything on the credit card to earn my airline miles. And that's when it reports to the credit bureau. That larger balance is going to be what shows on my credit report. So I always time my payment so it is $0 when I know that's then going to report to the credit bureaus, so that when you look at my credit report, even though at that moment in time I might have some pretty high balances on my credit cards, it always shows 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, or like $25 or $95, some really low amount.
And also the other thing too, that's really cool, because now that your clients have good credit, they're going to be, spending money on their credit cards and whatnot. And so the Score Master feature also shows you, okay, well, if you put $5,000 or $2,000 in your credit card, and it reports at that, it shows you what their score is going to go down to. So it'll show how spending really affects and brings up their score, or could also bring it down.
And hopefully that has a sobering effect, right? Sometimes, we worry that the clients, they can just go out and just, get back into bad habits. And, if they're like, oh, you know what, I've fixed everything, I paid off my bills, now I can go spend $3,000 on a, this, or, $7,000 on my credit card for, a massive home entertainment system. Then plug that in through ScoreMaster, you can see that $7,000 balance on the credit card might drag your score down, 40 or 50 points, because now you're close to maxing out the credit card. And maybe that'll, get them to think twice.
Exactly. So guys, we're getting towards the end of today's training. If you have any questions, now would be the time, or forever hold your peace. And I'm going to also share with you guys what your graduation certificate is going to look like. It's really beautiful. And anyone that wants this, we're going to offer this to you.
And we're going to customize it to your, to your program. if you're a co-brand plus partner, we'll put your logos and other stuff on that if you want. But for all of our partners, if you want this graduation one, we are going to customize the back because it references the pricing for the basic and the premium. We have to make sure that matches up with what you're charging. So we have thousands of partners, and we have thousands of partners that have different pricing plans. Not everybody wants to charge the clients the same amount of money, and we need to reflect that on the back. So all right, let's bring this up. It's pretty cool what Jimena's team's put together.
Yeah, hold on one second. Okay.
All good things come with time. It's worth the wait.
So
there we go.
So, so this is the like the front of it, and so basically what you're going to do is you're going to put your client's name here. So you would just, what, when you actually like graduate, it's like signed and it looks all official. So that's really what the look that we're trying to go with here. So you would just put in your client's name here, and then you would date it, and then you would sign it here. And so basically we just remind them, now that your credit is in a good place, you want to keep it there and ensure it from getting into the hands of thieves. And so we remind them of the main features that they have access to, what they do, why they want it. And then also, like Steve was saying, we'll customize the pricing because it's different for everybody. But you get to pay less and stay on SmartCredit. And we're showing them that really the only difference is that not having that 3B report. But now that they're not in the credit restoration process, they don't really need it. So
that's right. So think of it this way, right? We have partners that we're paying out. I mean, we have a lot of partners we're paying out $10,000 a month in commissions to. Okay. And if they were to get all of their clients to just stay in SmartCredit 2 more months, right? Just 2 more months. And, we'd be paying them out an extra $5,000 a month, right? So now instead of earning $10,000 a month, they're earning $15,000 a month, right? They keep them on another 6 months. Now we're paying them out an extra $12,000, right? So that number can really start to add up when you can keep your clients enrolled in SmartCredit, right? And we want to keep them within your ecosystem. And that doesn't even get on top of any of the opportunities for the rev shares down the road. Or what I really believe is, again, in your ecosystem, they're going to refer other clients. They're going to be back, all of those sorts of things, which are additional revenue sources.
Exactly. So, all right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. We have somebody here. How do you become a partner?
If you want to become a partner, I think just email smartcreditsales@consumerdirect.com, or I believe that's it. Yeah, SmartCredit Sales. Yep.
Yeah, and we actually
we'll match you up with one of our account representatives. We've got about 10 account representatives here. Shout out to all of them, and we'll connect you with one of the good ones.
Yes, and we also have a special promotion happening this month, so make sure that you inquire about that when you call in.
Yes, we have our Refer a Friend rebate promotion, right? Save $200.
Yeah, it's the referral program. So basically, you get a discounted setup fee. So if you want to become a co-brand partner, there's usually a setup fee of $375. So instead, you only pay $250. However, when you enroll 20 people and they stay enrolled for at least a couple of months over the next 2 months, then you actually get that $250 back. So you're essentially signing up basically free once you get your rebate back.
You've always got something clever up your sleeve.
Yes. All right. So if there's no more questions, then with that, we're going to close out. Steve, thank you so much for the training and for sharing this information. I think it's genius. I think it's a natural step once somebody is done with the restoration process to now go into this graduation phase. It's kind of a celebration of what they've gone through, and they now need to protect all that hard work that you've done for them. So thanks you guys so much for watching. I really hope you'll implement this. I think it's going to be great for your business. And we will have another training coming up next month. So stay tuned for that. We will send out emails in about 3 weeks from now, but I'm not going to tell you too much about it now. You'll see the email, so make sure you're watching your inbox, and we'll be live here again with myself and Steve. So thanks so much, guys. See you on the
Thank
next
you.
one.
Bye.